guys, it's Angie, and this video is going to be on this look right here. This very natural, minimal makeup kind of look. It is a little bit of a talk through, but I'm doing my best to kind of shorten down my tutorial type of videos. So I hope that you guys like this. I feel like it looks very healthy. It's very, very easy. And even though I did use a lot of high-end products in this video, you can switch them out for all kinds of drugstore products. These are just things that I have in my collection that are in rotation right now. So I hope that you guys like this. Maybe pick up a couple tips and tricks here and there. And all the products will be listed down below in the description box in case you are looking for any of it. I will try to link the brushes down there as well. Before we get into the whole tutorial part of this, I did want to say that I apologize that I haven't been posting. I tried editing a version of this video earlier for the past couple days and I just hated the footage. So it is, I think, the 24th of May and I just really wanted to refilm it. So I hope that you guys don't hate me for not posting very lately. I don't even know what I'm trying to say. I've been working on my car a lot, that's what I'm trying to get to. And because of that, I haven't really sat down to film makeup videos, and I'm trying to reevaluate myself as far as what I want my presence to be on YouTube. So yeah, that's where my head's been, and that's why I haven't been posting. But anyways, again, I hope that you guys enjoy this video, and we will get started with coming up with this look. Now, to be honest, I don't prime my skin every day when I'm using a BB cream. I don't really find it necessary. But if I do decide to use a primer, most of the time I reach for this one. This is the Catrice Prime and Fine Anti-Shine Blur Stick. It's just a little stick, primer that you rub on your face. And I like to use this one where I'm very porous, so especially on the apples of the cheeks, in between my brows and on my chin, just to smooth that area out, fill those pores. This is not the greatest all-over primer in my opinion. It literally does not last, especially in the sun. It just kind of melts down and it breaks down the makeup really, really easily. But for pore filling on a day-to-day basis, I do like it. So after primer, I'll go in with a spot concealer, and I have 3 concealers to share with you guys. So the first one is the Maybelline Master Conceal, and I have the shades Light and Light Medium. They best fit my skin tone, and there are times where I'll even use this as an all-over foundation, so this way I don't have to pile on more makeup. I like it. It covers really well. It's very light on the skin, and I've never had any issues with it. If I do use this as a foundation, I'll use it with a beauty blender or some kind of beauty sponge to pounce it into the skin all over and kind of thin it out in a way where it's not too thick looking on the skin, but it still covers everything. The other 2 concealers are both by IT Cosmetics, and they're both Bye Bye Under Eye concealers. This is the original and this is the Illumination. I prefer the Illumination. To me, this one's a lot more brightening under the eyes and it covers really well, and I have the shade Medium. And the regular Bye Bye Under Eye, I have the shade Neutral Medium, and I think this one is a little too dark for me. I tried to use it the other day and it didn't really look right. So for today, I'm going to use the Illumination. And what I like to do is to take about 1/4 of a pea size, maybe about half a pea size, and put it on my wrist. I notice that my wrist warms up a lot better than the back of my hand. So it gives it time to kind of warm it up and make it a little more easy to blend into the skin. Let it sit there for a second, and then I'll take my ring finger. I do my best not to use a lot at a time because then it'll cake up on the face and then get creasy and not all that great. So literally just tapping in like so and getting just a little bit on my finger, and then I blend it into my skin. And I'll start from the outer corner of my eye and kind of just tap it in. Take it on my lash line and tap it in, and same thing with the inner corner. Now if I feel like it needs to be blended out any further, I'll take a dome concealer brush and go and feather the edges so this way it's nice and blended and it's not too heavy looking on the skin. And I do my best not to put too much pressure and tug, so this way it doesn't result in wrinkles or anything like that. And because with this concealer it glides really well over pores and it kind of hides them and veils them in such a beautiful way, I will take this down towards the apples of my cheeks. This still helps brighten everything up, and it just camouflages everything, and that's what I really like about this. And then with the brush, I'll go and feather the edges one more time, so this way it's not too harsh looking either. And then with whatever's left on my finger from the little bits that I've used around my eyes and under my eyes, I'll tap it onto my lid to cover up any discoloration I have there. So this is with concealer and without concealer. And I make sure to get this in the crevice of the nose, but not too heavily, so this way it kind of conceals that as well. So after doing my under eyes, I'm going to go ahead and start spot concealing with the same concealer, because I do have a whole bunch on my wrist. So I'm going to take it, and I need a mirror for this because my monitor is like screwing with my head right now. And I'm going to go ahead and conceal some of these bigger and more pigmented scars and spots. And then whatever's left on my wrist, I'll take the brush, swirl it in there, and try to pick up as much product as possible. Kind of run it in between my brows and kind of brighten that area up as much as I can, so this way I can add some dimension into the skin. Now that we're looking all crazy like this, I'm going to go in with the BB cream. This way it evens out the rest of the skin tone, and even though this one in particular is a little light for me, with the powders that I'm going to use, it'll make everything a lot more even, more seamless, and look pretty good. So the BB cream we're using today is the Kiehl's one. This is the Skin Tone Correcting and Beautifying BB cream with SPF 50, and this is supposed to instantly perfect skin, clinically proven to correct skin tone irregularities with vitamin C. I use the shade Fair Light. I would have picked up a darker one, but when I picked this up, this matched me pretty well. So I'm going to take an angled kabuki brush, and I'm going to put about a pea size on there. And like what I do with most foundations, what I'm going to do is kind of stripe it on my face and then stipple it around, and kind of avoid doing too much under the eyes. This way there's not a lot of product buildup. It'll just look a little more natural. Now this BB cream by no means is full coverage, but it gives enough coverage where I'm comfortable with it, and I just like how it looks on my skin. So before I do the rest of my face, I did want to show you that about a third of my face is done with that pea size amount. And this is the coverage I'm getting. It's a pretty light, maybe on the verge of medium coverage, but it's nothing too intense. But like this, it's not too bad. I can put a translucent powder on top of this and be happy. I also make sure to run it down my neck, so this way there's no strong line of demarcation. And then when there's barely any product left on the brush, I will go over my eyes just to make sure that kind of blends in with the rest of the skin. The first powder I'm going to use is the Catrice Prime and Fine Mattifying powder. This is supposed to be waterproof and it's translucent, and I have hit pan on it because I do use this literally every day. I'm going to take the e.l.f. powder brush, kind of swirl it in there, and then with my finger I'm going to kind of tap out the concealer and then powder my eyes and my under eye. And then I'm going to take a little bit more and do in between my brows, a little bit on my nose and on my chin and my upper lip. Now I'm going to take another powder from Laura Geller. It's the Double Take Big Versatile Powder Foundation in Fair. And this one has a more yellow undertone, which is more my skin tone. And this will kind of help even everything out and make everything match a little bit better. And I like to use this anywhere I didn't use the translucent powder. And because it is a powder foundation, it is going to help give a little more coverage. So at this point, I'm going to go ahead and kind of bronze my skin, and I'm actually going to use another powder foundation that I have in my collection. If you have a bronzer that works for you, this is the time to use it. And I'm using the Laura Geller Baked Balance-n-Brighten foundation in medium. This is a little too dark to use on my face, so I like to use it as a bronzer. And the brush that I've been using with it is the Crown Jumbo Kabuki fan brush that I got in BoxyCharm, and I love this for bronzing my skin. And it makes everything really easy, and just it looks really good. I'm gonna run this down the side of my nose as well. So this is with the bronzer, and this is without. And as you can see, it adds just a little bit dimension. It's not gonna be too much to the point where it's like, damn, that's a lot of bronzer. That's why I like using foundations for this. Now this next step is not necessary, but I really do love this highlighter, and it's very affordable, so if you can get your hands on it, do it. You'll love it, or at least I love it. It's not too over the top, but it's very natural and it makes you look really healthy. And the highlight I'm going to be using is the Essence Pure Nude highlight. It is just stunning. It doesn't look like much in the pan, but on the skin it just looks so good. I can't reiterate how healthy and glowy it makes your skin look. So I'm going to take this big ass fan brush. This one is actually bigger than the one that I used to bronze. And I like the fact that this brush is so big because it just kind of distributes product all over the place in a way that looks really pretty. Or at least I think it does. And then I'll take a little bit and run it down my nose as well, just to even out the highlight. And of course the Cupid's bow. Now to finish up the face, I'm gonna use a blush, and I am using a limited edition palette. This is from Tarte, and it's the Bling It On collection. This is what it looks like. It's so pretty. And I'm gonna use the shade Prim, this middle, like, very natural looking blush, and a Vasanti blush brush, and just put it on the apples and sweep it back. And because it's not over the top, it looks really nice and natural on the skin also. So the face is done, so I'm gonna do my brows real quick. I'm just gonna run a spoolie through, get all the product out, so we can start with nice clean brows. Now usually I would use a tinted brow gel, but I don't know where mine is, so I'm gonna take a brow pencil. This one is from Benefit. This is the Precisely My Brow Pencil. Don't need this particular one. I feel like the L'Oreal one works really well if you want a drugstore option. And I'm just going to lightly fill it. I don't want it to be too harsh. And then I'm gonna take my spoolie and brush it out. I really try to make sure to work on the tail end of my brow because that's where it's the most sparse for me. And that is enough for me. It actually looks pretty good. So this is with a little bit of brow pencil, this is with none. And then after I'm done filling them, or I'm happy with the way they're looking, I'm gonna take a brow gel. This is the Brow Gal by Tanya Crooks, sorry, and this is her eyebrow gel. It's a clear one, and it's water resistant. If you put too much in your brows, it will make them feel crispy. I don't mind that. That means it won't move. So I'm just gonna run this through real quick. And then brows are done. So for most days I will just stop it here and throw on some mascara, but for the sake of this video I am going to put on a little bit of cream eyeshadow. This is from Beauty For Real, and it is their 24/7 eyeshadow shadow stick. And this one is in the shade Midnight Marathon. And this color is stunning and beautiful and very natural looking. That's what it looks like. And it gives like a nice shimmer to the lid. It's nothing too overdone. And I'll just run this on my lid and then use my finger and blend it out, just to give my eyes a little something. And then if you get too far in the inner corner, just take your concealer brush and just feather that in. And then before mascara, I'm just gonna run a little bit on my lower lash line and get it in there. And then use my pinky and blend it out. And then to make the lashes stand out a little bit, I'm going to take this LA Girl Glide Gel Eyeliner in Very Black and run this on my upper waterline. And I'm going to use the NARS Audacious Mascara and just run that through. I feel like it lengthens the lashes very nicely and it kind of fans them out in a very, very pretty way. And last thing is the lips. I'm going to take this Essence Lip Liner in the Nude and quickly line and fill my lips with this. And then just to top off the lips, I'm going to use this Seraphine Botanicals Guava Butter, and this is in the shade Pure Guava. This is like a lip and cheek thing, but I like using it for the lips. It smells really good, and it's a very pretty color. And then to lock it all in, I'm going to use this Makeup Revolution Pro Fix Oil Control Fixing Spray. Don't use too much. It will melt your makeup, so just a little bit. And there we go. We're done. So this is the finished look. And as you can tell, it's very natural. It's nothing too over the top. For me personally, it takes me like maybe 15 minutes to do this every day that I decide to do this look. And I really like it. Sometimes I'll add wing liner so this way it's a little more than natural. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't, like if you did. Follow me on Snapchat, Twitter, and Instagram, all at jehbuu, the same way it's spelled here. And if you have any comments, questions, suggestions, concerns, anything like that, you can leave them down below for me in the comment section. I'll do my best to get back to you. And that does it for this video. So again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!